back with another fun-filled video for you. Today I wanted to showcase a knife maker. This is one of my all-time favorite knife makers. He's very legendary. This is the legendary Des Horn. I just wanted to show you guys this knife. Now, Des Horn has been around for decades making knives. He started out as a dentist. I believe he retired about 20 years ago and then began making knives. First, he started out making knives part-time, and now he's doing it full-time. He is in his 70s, and he is probably one of the foremost South African knife makers ever. And I just wanted to show you one of 6 of my favorite all-time best Des Horn pieces. Now, many of you guys that are not familiar with Des Horn, or if you've ever even heard of his name, you may know of his name from Spyderco. They have this Spyderco Des Horn knife. It's made out of cocobolo wood, and it's actually called the Des Horn. It is the only production knife that Des Horn has ever made for any company. And this is probably one of his more this is definitely one of his more intricate customs. So I just wanted to show you guys this piece here and just go over the materials that the knife is made from. The blade itself is Damascus steel. You can see that there. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but there's his name right there, Des Horn. You can see that. The bolster is zirconium. Really very pretty. Take a look at that. It's got these sort of like craters or dots put in there. The pivot itself is custom. Everything on this knife is custom made. In other words, these screws are made by Des Horn. Everything on it's made by Des Horn. The entire knife is made by hand. If you take a good close look at this knife, you'll see that the pivot and the screws basically mimic each other. Look at that, sort of like jewelry on both sides, on both the screws and the pivot, surrounded by zirconium bolster, followed by a gorgeous Mercury Ball. Now, that's how the knife closes. I don't want to this is not a flickable knife in a sense. You can, but I don't do it too often. There you go. You can flick this knife, but you certainly don't want to be closing it the traditional way. So, you open the knife pretty much like a regular front flipper, but then to close it, it's got this button lock, and the button is made out of mercury. It's a Mercury Ball. It's a really beautiful knife. And this is basically how the knife closes. The handle is carbon fiber, right? And you can see that it's got this sort of gloss finish to it. That, I don't know what that gloss finish is. I'll find out what that is. But that's something, I believe that's kind of exclusive to Des Horn. I've never seen any other custom knife maker do that with the gloss over it. And the gloss, if you see it in the light, there you go. This perfect hitting with the sun. Check that out. You can see that the light kind of hits it, giving the carbon fiber this sort of 3D effect. And I think that was probably the purpose of the gloss. Take a look at that. It kind of sheens in the light and shifts the carbon fiber inside as the gloss hits the carbon fiber, and then the light just really makes it kind of nice. The Backspacer is even more stunning because that's Damascus also. If you can take a good look at that. So yeah, the Backspacer is also Damascus, which kind of matches the blade. Let's just reopen that. So yeah, there's the blade right there. Really very pretty Damascus on that. Now this knife is pretty much a safe queen. I think I used it a couple of times to open up a box, but I haven't really like used it heavily. I'm under the impression that knives that look like this, go ahead and use them, but I don't see anybody using this every day for everyday carry, not for the price that I paid for it. I paid, oh man, what did I pay for this knife? Like $13.50 for this one. It was incredibly expensive. It's just a really beautiful knife. Finally, if you guys begin to notice, this entire knife is a full dress piece. Basically, there is no part of this knife that has some sort of artwork on it, including the blue liners. Now, look at that. These scales, as far as I understand it, the design on the liner is actually done by hand. I don't know how the hell he does that, but that just looks absolutely incredible. So the Mercury Ball is quite unique. You know, you press the ball here, and what that does is that pushes the liner out of the way. See that? And then, I don't know if I can show it to you a little bit better if I hold my hand like this. You can see that it pushes it out of the way so there it disappears, and then when you let go, it puts the liner locked back in place. But as you press it, let's see if this is good. Yeah, as you press that liner lock, it's just the lighting we have here. There you go. It disappears, and then you can close the knife. This is just really a stunning knife. It also comes with this leather case. He does not have very many pocket clips. In fact, he only has one knife that he puts a pocket clip on. And that knife would be the Imvubu, and I've got two of those. I'm trying to see if I can get Desshorn to make me a third one. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, but I do hope it does. You know, because I believe that Desshorn is definitely my all-time favorite knife maker. Because he's basically the father of modern custom South African knife making. He's part of that much older generation of knife makers that was around before custom knife making was even considered popular. And he's paved the way for a lot of amazing South African knife makers that many of us admire today. Clyde Challenor, Trevor Berger, J.D. Van de Winter, Willem Steenkamp. This guy, Desshorn, started it all. Him and another knife maker named Owen Wood, who's not as well known, which is quite ironic because Owen Wood, while he's originally from South Africa, he now lives in the United States. He's still making knives, but he is not as well known in circles as Desshorn. Desshorn pretty much became the face of custom knife making, and by the looks of this gorgeous piece, it's very easy to see. In any case, I just wanted to show you this knife because this is one of the very, very, very special knives in my South African knife collection. I'll probably be doing a video like this every once in a while. I'll be out here, probably in the same exact spot if it's not taken, here on the waterfront here in Washington State. It's just a gorgeous, beautiful Easter Sunday. And I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to do a quick video and just show you my spectacular Desshorn knife here. And I can't for the life of me remember the name of this knife, so I do apologize for that. It just escapes me all of a sudden, but I will put it in the description for this video as soon as it comes to me. So I do apologize. Before I close this video out, I just wanted to mention a new website called The Knife Enthusiast. They are brand new. You guys may want to check them out. www.knifeenthusiast.com. These guys are pretty much, their purpose is to try and make their website the center for custom knife making for a lot of guys like myself who collect South African knives and or actually custom knives in general, excuse me, and try and bring the hobby a little bit more to the forefront. A lot of us who are into custom knife making, the hobby doesn't seem as alien as a lot of people think it might be, because custom knife making in the last few years has become very, very popular. I don't think it's going to be going away anytime soon. I'll give you my take on custom knife making. It's kind of like carrying a painting in your pocket. Each knife is unique. Each knife is made completely by hand by a completely different knife maker, and in the case of my knife collection, a South African knife maker. There is just something about the South African knife maker that really gets me as far as the way they design their knives. They create designs that are not only incredibly elegant and beautiful, but are just as functional. So there you have it. Death's Horn. I believe this is called the Death's Horn button lock, but I'm not quite sure. Custom knife made from carbon fiber, zirconium, with a Mercury Ball. Included custom jewel screws. This is Omar, you're the South African knife guy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's beautiful here, and a nice sunny day here in Washington. Happy Easter, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great and wonderful Easter.